Sometimes it is necessary to have a second set of UVs where every polygon is laid out completely unique inside of 0 to 1 space for the purpose of generating a light map for your object. So what we're going to do for this prop in this case is we're going to go ahead and put an unwrap UVW on. We're now going to find the rollout that says channel. All right, now I have taken my menu, hovered over the edge, and dragged it over so that I could see more. Right, I could see more of the rollouts. If you can't find it, just collapse them until you find it. You want to find channel, and you're going to take map channel 1 now. At this point, on this specific model, I have done no work whatsoever in map channel 2. So that means I'm going to take what's here in map channel 1, and notice this is a brand new UV. I'm going to go from map channel 1, I'm going to change it to 2. Now this gives me a warning. Basically, this warning is really comes down to this. Unwrap UVW is simply a modifier that's there to allow you to go in and access the UV data that's stored in the vertex points down in the edit poly. What this menu, this warning menu is saying is it can only store individual changes it for one channel at a time. You can't go to 1 and then back to 2 and then back to 1 in the same unwrap modifier. You'll have to add another one on top. So what it's saying right now is anything that you just did, do you want to move it or do you want to abandon it? So at this point, we haven't done anything. So I'm going to say abandon. And now when I go open UV editor, let's find the edit UV window. Open UV editor, you'll see here we have just a straight top-down projection of our model. All right. If I come down here and click Pack Custom, you'll see it go through and arrange those. If I do select overlap polygons, a bunch of stuff's overlapping because none of it's been unwrapped. It's just clearly top projected. Now we could go through and unwrap this. There are tools to go in and quickly generate something for Lightmaps, but I think we could do better. In this case, I'm going to remove this modifier from the stack. I'm going to put a brand new unwrap UVW on. And in this case, because I'm just starting from scratch here, I'm going to go 1, go to 2, and I actually want to take the data that's in 1 and I want to move it into 2. And now I'm going to open the UV editor. So now I'm in map channel 2. So anything I do here, you're not going to see on the model because the viewport only displays map channel 1. If I do select overlap polygons, you'll notice everything's overlapping. There's a lot of overlapping happening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click here in negative space so I have nothing selected. I'm going to come down to arrange elements. And I'm not going to use pack custom. I'm going to do pack together. Nope. There we go. I want this one. I could do the regular pack custom, but I want to have a little bit of space between my elements. I'm going to do the one at the bottom, which is pack normalize. It's going to come in there and pack things together. Now, if I do select and do select overlap polygons, you do see that the top and the bottom of this sort of tarp are overlap. And that has to do with how we created it using a shell in a previous tutorial. So we do need to separate those two pieces. So I think I should be able to go in here to select by element and click on the very top. And you'll notice that because I have shaded on, F2 toggles shading there, just the top is selected so I can hit under explode, break. And so now when I pack everything, it packs them out as two separate pieces. One thing that's helpful to check at this point is select inverted to see if anything is flipped backwards. Sometimes that happens, and this guy actually is inverted. What I like to do is hit break before I do this, and then go mirror. Now I mirrored them. I'm going to do select inverted polygons. Nothing's inverted. I can pack custom, and I can even do my padding pack again. So there we go. That takes all those pieces, and it brings them all together like this very nicely. Now, one thing that I could do at this stage, I could take a look at some of these and see if any of them need to be relaxed a little bit. they're probably fine. Relaxing them may just cause more trouble for me. Like I could try hit and peel. That's not too bad. Uh, Sometimes this sort of stuff helps to adjust. Oops. Back up. All right. Yeah, I don't want to do too much. Like all these things are unwrapped. Probably will take this and just see how it looks. I know some of these other beams got stretched out a little bit. Um, in this case, since it is a pretty clean, each one of these posts is very cleanly unwrapped. The tarp itself is cleanly unwrapped. I'm going to go with this one. Lightmaps can take a little bit more effort at times. This one I'm gonna go for the easy win on it. So that unwraps there. Now I want to save this. I want to bake that in. So I'm going to right click and say convert to edit poly. If you go to bake your light maps and you get an error the light maps are overlapping, you're going to need to check them, double check, make sure they work. And so you want to put a new unwrap on at that point, and you go map channels, and so you're going to want to see map channel 2. So you click 2. At this stage, you want to click abandon because you don't want to take what's here. You want to actually see what's in map channel 2. And so that abandon changes in this modifier and displays the existing UVs in the chosen channel, right? So you want to see the existing ones. So that requires the abandon button. And there they are. You can go and change them. Right click at any time and say edit poly. Just remember that when you go to export out, you're going to want to put that edit poly back on there. So now you can file, export selected, and you can just re-export, save over the same save over that same FBX file, so that when you bring it in, all you'll need to do is just right click and re-import into your chosen game engine. So that's Lightmaps for props.